To my channel. So I'm feeling like a bit of a pro today. I'm obviously in like a bit of a different setting, and that is because I'm currently filming this in Los Angeles in the NYX HQ, which is super cool for me, and they were kind enough to let us film any sort of video that we wanted. And I thought, I've been showcasing all these new NYX products on like my Snapchat and stuff, and I wanted to do a tutorial kind of using them all and getting you excited for them. So I really hope you guys like this look. I went for something like soft pink and stuff. I'm showcasing some new eyeshadows, the new foundation, which is amazing, a new cream highlighter, and all of that good stuff, as well as like the liquid liner. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy this look. I'll leave the names of everything down below so you can get excited for them and write them down like on your wish list for when they come out. But yeah, so if you like the look of this makeup look, then make sure to give this video a thumbs up and please keep watching. Okay, so to begin, I'm going to go in with one of these. These are the new Beyond Nude NYX shadows, and this one is in the colour Frisky, I think. So it's just a really nice warm orange colour to start. And if you guys know the NYX prismatic eyeshadows, they're like them, but they're a whole range of matte colours, which I think is so cool. And you guys know I love warm tones as well, so we're just starting with this one as our initial colour. And they're super pigmented as well, so you don't need a huge amount on your brush. So every time I pick up a colour, I am tapping quite a bit of it off. Like that. And then I'm going to go in with a slightly darker colour. This is more of a pinky colour. Again, it is a matte shade, and this one is in the colour Make Me Blush. We're going to go with a slightly pinker theme today on the eyes. That's something a little bit different. And I'm going to take a slightly smaller crease brush as well, and just, you know, do what I normally do. Slowly define the crease a bit more and bring it slightly further across the lid as well, so you get that gradient effect. And I really like this colour because it looks quite pink, but I feel like it's almost like a warm plummy colour, and I prefer those kind of tones in my eyes. I don't like anything too drastic, but you can build it up as much as you want. That's a good thing about these shades, they're really buildable. Like that, I would say. And then I'm just gonna start to deepen up the crease again. This is another one of the new matte shades. This one's a really nice warm brown, and it is called Not Today. And again, I'm just going in with a slightly smaller brush. My brushes get smaller and smaller every time, just because the amount of product I'm putting on is kind of getting less and less, and it means I can be a bit more precise. I'm just concentrating this mainly on the outer part, but I don't want it to be too dark and dramatic, because that's not the kind of look I want to do today. Oh my god, also so great when your eye starts to water. And then I like to go back in. You guys know I haven't picked up any additional product. I just like to use the brush to diffuse all the colours together. Okay, so I think I'm done for like the crease colours, but I'm going to go in with this. This is one of the NYX prismatic shadows. This one's not new, but it is one of my favourites. It's a really nice soft pink colour called Girl Talk. I think I've used it in a tutorial before, but I'm just using this as a base because we're going to go in with something like a bit more glittery on the top. I'm just going to pack that on, kind of obviously the empty space that I've left. I always like to look down, and then I can kind of use the end of my brush, as you can see, to like really. And then as I get towards the shadows, I just like to tap. That way I feel like it blends a lot better, and you don't get that sudden like harsh stop start between the two. Like that. Just gonna go back in with that brush that we used with the darkest color and just make sure everything is blended out. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this NYX Glam Liner. It's like a baby pink. don't think this is a brand new product, but it is new for me. I saw it and I was like, oh my god, I need it. So if you can get your hands on it, definitely do. I think they had loads of colours to choose from, and this is in the colour Glam Pink. So I'm just going to go ahead and just brush this basically over where I've just put that pink eyeshadow. And I find it easy to kind of look down into like a little mirror if you've got, if you've got one. And just like literally paint it on. Concentrate most of the product in like your inner corner, and then as you get further and further out, because obviously you want it to blend in with your other eyeshadows, just kind of lighten your pressure slightly so then it diffuses a lot better. Or just kind of use like little motions. Like that. And then I'm just going to go in with a white and just clean up underneath and kind of wing it out, because we are going to do a wing. And you guys know I always like to use a wipe and make it a lot easier for myself. Give yourself a nice base. Before I do my winged liner, I am just going to highlight my inner corner, and I'm going to take this colour from the Strobe of Genius palette. That palette is not new, but I love it, and I love this colour for the inner corner as well. And since we're probably going to be using it on our face, I'll use it on my inner corner as well. Okay, so once we've done that, now we can do our winged liner, and I'm going to use the NYX Epic Ink liner pen to do this. This is new, right? Okay, so this is brand new, and one of the most pigmented wing liner, oh my god, I've got to stop, winged liner pens I've used, as you'll see. But I'm just going to start by going kind of across the lid, and then I like to do my wing and go in a bit more, you guys know. And what I really, really like about this one is that it's like a matte black. A lot of liner pens that I use have a really shiny black, but this one is like epic black, like it says. And a liner pen, if you're not very confident with doing liner, is so good for getting like inner corners and details and stuff, because it has a permanent point. Whereas sometimes when I use like a gel and a brush, sometimes there's so much kind of gel liner on the brush that I can't get it like precise enough. So once you're kind of happy with like the thickness across, I like to do the base and then connect it back up. And that's the good thing again about doing your eyes first, is because if I just want to be kind of like perfect it, I can just wipe away underneath without ruining my base. Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and do mascara and lashes. And the mascara I'm just using is the NYX Double Stacked Mascara. Just going to apply a light coat. And for lashes, I'm also going to be using NYX lashes, and these are from their Be Wicked range, and these are in the style Popular. They're not new either, but I never really used NYX lashes, and I haven't really got to experience them except from like being here. And I really like this one. They're really like, I don't know if you can see. There we go. Like spiky. I'm going to be really annoying and say they're dramatic but natural at the same time. They are. I feel like they give just enough drama, but they're not too much. Okay, while my eyelash is drying, I'm really quickly going to apply a primer. This is the NYX Hydra Touch primer, just so I give my skin some time to like absorb it. Ooh, it smells really nice too. It smells like that like boy smell. But this primer is really good if you've got dry skin, because it's got like a really gel feel to it. What I have noticed about these though is that they have a thick band, so if it's the first time wearing them, defo give them like a good few bends before you put them on. Now I'm going to go on to my skin. Okay, this is new. And this is like my favorite thing out of this whole video. This is the NYX Total Control Cover Foundation. It's basically, you'll see it's so liquidy, but amazing coverage, matte finish, lasts all day, looks so good in pictures. So when this comes out, oh my god, buy it in like every color. But you can see I am 2 different colors right now, so this will look like really drastic, and it always does. And someone will tell me that it's not my color, but I promise it's the color I want to be, so it's fine. I'm just gonna drop it straight onto my face, and I'm gonna show you. That was kind of just whoop, one kind of pump. Also, another thing about this foundation is the color range. I know a lot of that's why a lot of people don't like drugstore foundations, because they can never find their color. Like, the range is never wide enough. This one has, how many shades are in this range, do you know? 24. 24. Okay, so once you've done the foundation, I'm going to do my concealer. I'm just using my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Canal, I think. I'm going to place this in all... Wait, yeah, I'm going to place this in all the places I want to brighten up. I don't like to take it all the way up to, like, my lash line, because then I feel like that's when it creases and stuff. So, I'm then going to take a little concealer brush and just take it really up to the wing, though, and that just really sharpens it up. And it means I don't have to, like, dab my beauty blender really close and, like, potentially ruin it all. And then just going to go in with my beauty blender and blend all that out. Then I'm just going to bake underneath my eyes using my Laura Mercier powder. I like to take it up on, like, the sides of my nose a little bit, because that kind of gives the illusion of a slightly slimmer nose. Right. Oh my god, I need to wait till that dries. Right, I'm just gonna brush away. I'm just gonna go back in and finish off the eyes, and I'm gonna go back in with that matte pinky color on just on a little pencil brush and just smoke it out. Then just gonna go in with mascara. And that's the eyes finished. You guys, these matte shadows, they come in pan form as well, so you can kind of custom create your own palette. And they're so good, they're so blendable. There's so many colors, I think, as well, like some bright ones as well. You guys said that you really liked that blue look that I posted on my Instagram the other day. They've got like a really nice electric blue as well. Okay, to finish off my face, I'm gonna take the NYX Highlight and Contour palette, and I'm just gonna take the slightly warmer shade here. I'm gonna use that just to lightly contour, obviously. By the way, pre-warning, if you've never used this before, so pigmented. So if you don't want to, you know, change race, then maybe be quite light with your product placement. See, I barely had anything on that brush just then, and I feel like some people would tell me this is quite a harsh one. And then I'm going to take this colour. So this is the slightly more cooler tone one, and it's, I think, the lightest one. So if you're slightly fairer, I probably would have used that as like my cheek contour, but I'm going to use this actually as my nose contour. I think it's a lot more like realistic, as it mimics the appearance of a shadow a lot more than a warmer colour does. I'm just going to take a kind of flat, fluffy-ish brush, flat, fluffy-ish brush, and just take it down the center. Then to warm up kind of the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with the NYX No Filter Powder. This is actually like a face powder, and this one's in the shade Golden. Really comparable to like the MAC Mineralized Skin Finishes. You guys know I love the like dark golden mineralized skin finish from MAC as a bronzer. So these are so like a really good dupe for that. I'm just going to take it on like a really big fluffy brush because I don't want to be too like precise with it. It's just to kind of blend the contour slightly and just warm everything up. I always find powders that are slightly darker than your skin tone make really, really great bronzers because they're meant to blend better, because technically it's just a face powder, but for someone slightly darker than you. Okay, so once I've done that, I'm actually going to go in with a bit more of like a pinkier blush than I normally would today. I'm going to take the NYX Sweet Cheeks palette, and I think I'm going to mix these two together just because we've got like a pink eye going on. I kind of want to coordinate it in with that. So I'm just going to take those two. Okay, now on to highlight. I'm going to take the new NYX Glow Me Away Liquid highlighter. They again have a huge range of colors of these. Some of them are a lot more bronzier. This one is definitely more of a champagne gold, and it is called Daytime Halo. And I find if you want your highlight to really like pop, putting a cream on underneath and then going in with a powder makes like such a difference. So I'm just going to dispense that on the back of my hand and then take my finger. You don't want to go on with too much to start with. It's so much easier to add more than it is to take away, and I feel like if you go in with too much cream once you've done a bit of powder, that's when it can start to separate. So I've literally got, like, you can see the tiniest amount on my finger, and I'm just going to really lightly press it on the tops of my cheeks. I like to just kind of take up on my temples as well. It does come with like a wand like this, but I find if I like literally painted that on, something drastic would happen. So I always like to put it on my hand. Just loads of little like presses. I never ever like to drag any liquids across my face if I've already done powders, because that's when I think, again, it starts to separate. Essentially, I'm just kind of like priming anywhere that I normally put a powder highlighter. So once I've done that, like I said, going to go in the powder highlighter, going in with the Strobe of Genius palette again. I'm going to mix these two colours together on a MAC 224. One of my favourite brushes for highlighting, just because the bristles are quite firm, so it really like packs it on. One of my favourite products to use for highlighting because they're really, what's the word? Like creamy for a powder. And I always like to kind of put it here as well. That looks really pretty in pictures if you like highlight the between your brows. But yeah, I think that is skin done. And now onto lips. I'm going to take the NYX Lip Lingerie in Baby Doll. This shade isn't a brand new one, but they are coming out with loads of new colours in the NYX Lingerie range. I think a lot more like brownie colours, a lot more cool tone colours, which is really cool. But this one is obviously like a pinky nude. I thought it would go with this look, so. And you hadn't tried these before, it's basically just a range dedicated to nudes of all shades, so there's no excuse not to find your perfect one. And then I think I'm going to go in with an old favourite. This is the Butter Gloss in Fortune Cookie. And these look so nice just on their own for like every day and stuff. But I'm just going to put this over the top. And that is the finished look. So this is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's obviously something slightly different from me. Some of the NYX products that I mentioned that are new, they are all coming out later in the year. Some are sooner than others, so definitely follow NYX UK on Instagram for kind of like all the updates of when they come out and stuff. But I kind of just wanted to do this video to get you guys excited for them and obviously showcase some of the new products that I got to test when I was in LA with them. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys! bye.